Hi, Warriors. Last week of preseason. Then the Hedgies get back from the Hamptons on Monday, and we'll have more liquidity. I'm using less leverage this week because of that. Something you may want to think about. Um, we have a lot of flagpoles from Friday, so we'll take a look at those. How you doing, Mike and Ingmar and AJ and everybody? Hi, Blake, James, Kman, Kurt, Bran, Linda, Mark. Okay. So Bran is looking for AJ. AJ, where are you? I'm lonely in the I'm lonely in the webinar. Right, Bran? So here we go. So the dollar, we know what happened on Friday. This is where the dollar bottom um, gets negated under 97. Okay, here's a little better look at it. So I think there's one more chance for the dollar to dig in its heels and put in a low. It's going to be right around 97-ish, 97.10. And then you could, use a money stop and risk a close under 97.
Did you add a poop emoji?
Huh?
Did you add a poop emoji?
I did, Blake.
I like it.
It was over the weekend. This is when, and for one reason, because if it gets down to the poopy, it will flush.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Very
uh,
nice.
all right. Anyway, I'll get rid of it. I know it's very.
Oh no, I like it, man. Keep it. It looks great. I love it.
There. Look. Look. See, I took the toilet off the chart. Okay. So, anyway, this is the way I'd like to express it. Well, first, here's all the flags that you have going from Friday. This flag, the cable flag, looks the best. Euro flag, see how it's deeper? And Aussie actually looks okay. It's not even flagging. Canada has a pretty weak flag here. So I think there's another move in the direction we got Friday. Gold, same number. Get a breakout over 33.80. See it on the 4. We got to there on Thursday, couldn't break out. So we'll see what happens there. And let's go to the crew. I assume Ryan's not here, right?
Nah, he's not around. Good morning, Dale. Morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you, bro?
Yeah, not
So,
bad.
well, yeah, what's capturing your attention this morning on this
What
month's
is
end?
capturing, what is capturing my attention today is the lack of follow through, and we
Okay.
have you're on gold there, but we have a plenty full of those little trend lines coming in, and I've got one in euro dollar around 117.40 top of Friday. Got one around in cable, another line around 135.40 top of Friday. Um, and there's quite a few currencies like that. So unless we see the continuation and breaking those, we could still be in ranges until the next data hit us. But yeah, I mean, my direction remains largely unchanged. My bias is still there. I'm long via an option. I'm
This,
long euro
this
dollar.
this was a nice trade. I remember you asking Greg why he got out, and you said, you're so short.
Yeah,
That was a great trade, came in.
cheers. I took actually three-quarters of it back between somewhere 10:05 and 10:07 ish.
Yeah,
Last bit as well this morning. I'm still a little short, but I just want to see if we get the continuation or not,
yeah.
because we could, as I said, we could be still in a range formation, and I need to see levels really break. I think they may eventually break, but we will see what happens because we've got some data out, not specifically today, but we got some data out later in the week as well. But in the meantime, I remain well. You said reduced positions. This is somewhere where I'm at as well, and I'm not going to increase them before I see exactly what I want to see.
I did notice, well, this is the way I'm playing. Thank you. This is the way I'm playing the euro.
Mm,
It's a megaphone formation
mm,
here, and I'm looking. It comes in, around 1790 or so
yeah,
sometime this week. Just maybe just enough to clean out these highs.
yeah,
And actually, if it gets up there, why can't it just take out 1830, maybe on a stop hunt or something,
yeah.
just to negate this confirmed high? This always bothered me about being short the euro for the
Mm,
past month or so. But now, if we just blew up there, we would not confirm it'd be under 70. So
yeah.
I may try it there, 1790, and risk 100 pips in case they just, want to push it to clean out the 1830 bears. There's at least one stop above here. So that's the way I'm looking at euro. But I did notice something because you guys were looking at this, that you have the potential of a false breakdown here in the rand.
Yeah,
So I'd pay attention to that. You would have thought it would have crashed after taking out that low. Plus, we have a lot of divergence. That's a daily. See about yeah, it held the 30 here, down here. So I don't think it's so bearish
no.
if we start closing over 1748. You probably have a ton of people short this thing too.
Yeah, maybe because there's been some inflows reported into emerging markets over the past week. So yeah, there may
Okay.
be still some people short. It was looking quite breaky, on Friday when it went
Yeah.
under 1745, and actually when it took the direction already, because I saw it go faster than dollar mix. I actually went out of my rand mix short, but I'm kind of thinking I want to be back into it, but I'm not yet back into it. So, but
Okay.
I'm still not a big fan of rand as such. Uh,
Well, I know Blake and I, we love looking for these false breakdowns and
Yeah,
breakouts.
you guys, yeah. And
So
actually, what is interesting as well, because we're talking about levels, is that on Friday there was enough sell-off in the dollar, but on
right.
Friday actually dollar mix did not go and test 1850, which is quite surprising. Looking at dollar rand trying to break down, dollar mix did not,
I see it.
or did not even test 1850, unless I missed a spike also.
That's why I think there's still one more, there's still, I haven't given up on the fact that the Dixie could have bottomed. Okay.
Mm,
But we're going through this process,
yeah.
uh, you know,
Uh,
because, a lot of guys, here's why I don't think enough bears were taken out. In fact, someone just sent me or told me about some COT stuff, and they're
mm.
pretty long the euro,
Yeah, but
really long the euro.
I mean,
Uh,
remember when I said start of, you see, it's like actually start of August, right? I said I think we could start to build a range, and we tried a little bit on the top side, we tried a little bit on the downside, and Dixie, euro, dollar, whatever you look at, and but we are still in that range.
yeah, yeah, we're still in the
And it
range.
may, and I'm not going because okay, this it's maybe a bit too long, but we have like a 1.5 week until the next NFP report. And as Pavel already told us twice now, this is on top of the list. We may have to wait another week and a half for it to really break.
Oh, yeah, okay, because people won't care as much about the PCE
Exactly.
since he said that that's not the
And
priority right now.
yeah, and also Dale, it's how shall I say, an unknown known. It can come away. It can come outside expectations, but it's not going to be too much because everybody's got their abacus already running at a hundred kilometers an hour just to be, and they've already kind of have the number that should come out in PCE, right?
Okay. You doing anything in metals, bro?
Yeah, I bought gold again on Friday, but also there I'm already out of two-thirds of it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's really I'm continuing to be short dollars first. That's still my bias, but then I am taking the profits when I see them because I'm not convinced that we are going to really break ranges right now.
Okay. And one, you have any feedback? Our yields are bouncing back a little bit, and so is the yen
Yeah, a
yet to
little.
me. I'm still looking for it to finish up down here about 5.5 or
Mm.
5. Um,
You could
that's
get it
where,
if we get. You could get it if we get those. I mean, a surprising weaker PCE, but again, there should not be too many surprises in there. What I just note on the sides as well, and I've been always looking at that, as you know, is that those yen crosses are not giving up a lot.
yeah.
Still 172.5 give and take in euro yen, still 199 in sterling yen, just to name those two. And we could look at the rest of those yen pairs. They're having the same behavior. So you've
Yeah.
got to move in the dollar yen, and then usually it starts to correct a bit again, just because those crosses are holding up.
Okay. It almost looks like a repeat of this, only on a
Short, yeah.
less
Mm,
magnitude of the move, but the pattern looks pretty similar. So if
yeah,
it is, it took a while for us to get a low. Maybe that's what's going to happen here too.
could be.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. So, Blake, on your week ahead video, you're featuring the S&Ps in wave 5, and we're getting closer to 1 year fib targets. I believe it's 520. Is that correct?
Yeah, 65.25, and I'm almost like I'm kind of nervous we're not going to get there, but I mean, I'm trying to be patient, buddy.
I know you mean. So let's not try. Let's just be.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get past this week. This week's a big week. I mean, I say a big week, not like it's like, big as far as liquidity. Obviously, it's the last week of summer, but we still have PCE data at the very end of the week. We have advanced GDP on Thursday, so we have some things that could actually move the needle. But it's hard to like say, well, you look at futures at the lows right now, and you're like, okay, we got no upside follow through. And so, should I just be shorting equities right now? I'm not really in that camp just yet. I feel like I should be, but I'm not. I'm not going to step out and take action. When you can have anything that could still spike the market higher. I don't think we're out of the woods yet with Donald Trump announcing, a Fed governor, a replacement of the Fed chair Powell, and something, extremely
I
somebody,
hear, I
excuse
hear
me,
Lagarde had something to say about that.
what's that?
About the pressure on the Fed. Did you see that came in?
Nah, no.
I
I
just
mean, that wasn't. Was that on Saturday?
I don't know. I just saw a blurb
If that
about
was during was it during the Jackson Hole debate
it
that they
may
had,
yeah,
or
interference with Fed policy and Fed activity by the president.
yeah? Oh, really? No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. No.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
just about 10 minutes ago, she was talking about tariffs will have small effect on Europe's GDP. So
Okay.
she's out running her mouth or whatever. But I bet she probably Kman, you saying about Jackson Hole, I'm assuming she probably made some comments around Jackson Hole in defense of Fed Chair Powell. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, that's very possible, mate.
yeah, I mean, she's yeah, she's obviously a central bank,
Right.
head. So it's like defending her colleague, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
she could care less what Donald Trump thinks about her. So I'm sure she probably went in on the defense for Powell, which totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't see the comments either, Dale, but
Okay. All right.
yeah, that would make sense. Hey, you were mentioning really quick commitment of traders on the euro, and if you look at the COT data just in the recent, in this recent rally, the speculative community is still very, very long, the euro, which is the green line here. You can see it's still not quite as aggressive as the last time we were at, 113, which allowed for the market to correct a little bit, but still, it's still not how should I say, it's still pretty significant, I think. Not insignificant is what I was going to say,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's still up there. No, as far as what you guys were talking about, and Kman, your comments regarding the Rand. I did notice that this morning, and I'm and Dale, you are exactly right. I love, just like you, I love false breakdowns that don't follow through or false
Yeah.
breakouts that do. And K-Man, you're very succinct in mentioning there's been multiple accounts over the last couple of, I want to say the last few weeks, about how aggressive emerging market currencies buying has been over the course of the last couple of weeks, and to have lack of follow through in the dollar rand. And I'm long some dollar mex. So, and you're right, we didn't get below the 1150 level. Although, Dale, I know I mentioned this on a week ahead video 3 weeks ago. I guess it was 3 weeks ago because I talked about it. Yeah, I didn't talk about it this weekend because I was referencing trades from 2 weeks ago. So it's 3 weeks ago. I was really looking for a move to 1822. I had bids out here, hoping that we'd break through 1850, just hit that long-term 618.
Yeah.
Never happened. Not saying it won't happen. It just hasn't happened yet. I've been wanting to be a buyer right here for the last few weeks, thinking that we were going to get a breakdown, but longer it takes to break down, the bigger the risk it is to see us potentially break through this upper trend line over here around 18, comes in around 1885 now. I've been looking at 1887, but it's a little bit lower now. We don't have any news, I don't think, coming out of Mexico this week that could really move the needle a whole lot. I was looking around on the week ahead video as I was filming that. I mean, we do have balance of trade data and we have some unemployment data this week, but balance of trade maybe might be focused on just a little bit because of all the tariffs and USMCA, but I don't know. I'm trying to find stuff that will move the needle, and we haven't seen risk aversion, so we don't know what emerging market currencies are going to do in risk aversion type of situations since the market's just perched up at all-time highs. So then we've got that. So but I see Steve is here. Steve, you've been, or I don't know if you're back from holidays yet, but do you have any comments about where we sit currently with equities at all-time highs and everything else? Well, he's not unmuting, so that means he might be on holiday or may have just stepped away from his computer. Well, K-Man, what are you thinking for this week? Where's going to be your focus this week?
Um, as I said earlier, I'm not adverse to continue to trade ranges, until maybe we get the PCE. Yeah, 117.40 on the euro dollar, 117.80.
Y- y- You
And then
know,
90 maybe, as Dale mentioned, that's going to be levels to watch at. But I think the downside should in theory be confined now to anywhere between 116.60 and that 115.80, 90 or so on the euro dollar. So I'm rather in range mode right now. Um, yeah.
it's sad. Last week, if you take away all this spike high, obviously after Powell's speech, I had orders to sell euro all week long at 117.30, and I didn't leave them on Friday because obviously, we didn't know what Powell was going to say. And yeah, we rallied right to that descending trend line, and I'm wondering if that's going to cap it. And Dale, you'd mentioned at the very beginning, the dollar does have, a chance of still, showing some teeth here, but we really would have to hold this trend line, right? So,
Yeah, I'm
uh,
looking at a megaphone formation. I don't know if that's where I think it's a little different line, but yeah, where would
yeah.
that line come in?
So Kman, you doing anything with sterling?
I'm just still small long euro sterling, which I try to keep on. Um, huh. Cable is actually one of those pairs that I may sell on a rally rather than euro dollar, just the relative strength
Weakness?
between one and the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, but again, it stays in between the range. If you look at the real range, take 133.65, 75, somewhere around there, 135, 80, 90, we're inside. And that after Powell has spoken. And I think really um, it's like when you're driving and you're driving along a road in a town or a city, and you approach the lights, the crossroad lights, and when it gets orange, you start to slow down, and then it gets red, and you stop, and then you go. And it's a bit like the markets. When you go on to the top of the range, that's where the orange light comes in, and then the red light it stops at the top of the range, and then it comes back down, and on the downside, it's exactly the same to the other side. So for as long as those two levels there don't break, why fight? Why fight it?
Yeah, yeah, right. What are you doing with the yen? I mean, the yen, it's kind of been on both sides of
Yeah.
we had the upper end of the range
Mm,
broke, lower end of the
mm,
range broke,
mm.
following Powell. Is there anything to do here with the yen?
Well, Ueda said that he still expects wages to push higher. But on the other hand, he's not giving us a hint that he's going to accelerate rate hikes. So I'm still in the same thing. I'm not extremely excited about the dollar yen, but I'm a little long euro yen. Just to play the major cross, and that's it, because the euro yen 171, 173, we could say the same thing. It's in a range there, but it keeps on coming back relatively easily. Every low is a tad higher than the prior low, and yeah, that keeps me on a rather long side of things. And again, still being those kind of markets, when you buy low, don't forget to take profits when it jumps up, or vice versa if you want to trade the other side.
Yeah. Hey, Dale, we have obviously on Wednesday,
Yeah,
after the close, we have Nvidia, and
yeah.
that's obviously gonna be a big one. That's what everybody it's the big kahuna in equities. And I mean it's quietly consolidating around all-time highs. I mean, this I mean, look how bullish Nvidia is. I mean, I mean, I know, and we all know that we're in a bubble, but that doesn't mean that the bubble's ready to burst either. What are you thinking about Nvidia here?
I'd like to see good earnings to fade. I'd like to see a positive earnings report to add to put positions.
Well, I don't think Nvidia ever, it's kind of like Apple, over the last 10 years, previous to like maybe, they never disappoint, right?
Well,
So,
that's why I'm waiting. I don't want them to disappoint again either. But I'd
yeah.
use that strength even even if they eke out a new high. I still think that there's some air coming out of the AI trade. And if you want to look at would be evidence, I pull up Palantir.
Yeah. Why? I mean, what does Palantir do?
I don't know. It's
Nah,
artificial.
no one knows. No one knows. No one knows what they
But
do.
look at that chart.
Yeah.
It took a
Yeah.
pretty good hit. So I don't think it's going to make a new high. I mean, perhaps we're in the middle of a melt up, but I think between your two fib numbers, extension numbers, is going to be a decent correction, maybe even as deep as 5,700 in the S&Ps from wherever this high comes in,
All
probably
right.
sometime next month.
You
Uh,
know,
but
you, I'm with
but
you sometime next month. I think I know I've said this a couple of times. I've replenished my trading account in my futures account because I want to be more active in selling equities now. So I kind of had to shift back. You know, I've been taking advantage of the volatility in FX over the last year, and I'm going to shift back because I think that we're going to have a lot of selling
you
opportunities
know
come
what
this
no
fall.
one's talking about? We have new all-time highs in S&P 500. Look at the Nasdaq 100. Not close to new highs.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the opposite of how it really acts in a bull move. Now it's all Russell and Dow, but there you can see Nasdaq's not, could be putting in a right shoulder here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Russell's still. Yeah, I mean, it's probably trying
Russell's
to play a little catch up.
that's where it's going, and that's a sign that should happen in the last part. I don't know how long it's going to be of a bull market that the lower quality stocks begin to outperform, um, blue chips.
Yeah. Are you looking right now for like any moves in like well I mean I'm focused real I've got a big focus right now on Bitcoin that's consolidating below 112,000 and this is the previous all-time highs and I think if you're long crypto you got to be looking around this like 110 level is going to be a
Yeah.
next big break because if that happens, I mean, you right now it's a double top at this moment. It's trying to set up a double top, and a double top actually takes Bitcoin a lot lower. This is one of those things that I think if you're following risk, you got to be paying kind of close attention to because this would take us right back to the 200 DMA if we start to see follow through to the downside.
Yeah, that's kind of a tell. I bet most people, when they saw the recovery in Bitcoin from prior support, which is something Greg called a bounce, um, thought that that was it. The low was in. Even now, there is some divergences. It's drive two, and we're diverging here, but it's a crowded trade too, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, do you know any crypto bears?
no, just like I don't know any gold bears.
Yeah, right, right. No, I don't know any gold bears either. I know, Kman, you focus a lot on precious metals, and I know you trade silver quite a bit. How do you feel about precious metals here? I mean, I'm
Um,
surprised. I'm surprised gold didn't make it to 3,400. That
exactly.
something I said
Exactly.
on the week ahead video on Friday. I was like, man, I can't believe we're not trading at 3,400 right now, and it's still kind of lackluster. But yeah, what are your thoughts
Yeah.
here?
I said on the beginning of the show, and this 33, 70, 75, stretchy to 80 is always coming back to cap the market for some reason. So I'm a little long, but as I said, I'm taking two-thirds off because I would not be surprised if we get back down to 33.45 or so. But the big levels are holding, and as we've seen before, first of all 32.45, then 32.70, then we got a then we couldn't make it below 33 anymore. That still keeps the overall bias intact, in my opinion. And yeah, silver, I still pretty much like it.
It is acting better.
To me, it is.
Yeah.
To me, it is, and also, yeah, we never know. Whether there's going to be a meeting between Putin and Zelensky, and the outlook for solution is light years away for me. But maybe that is something that is holding back gold, and then rather supportive perhaps for silver as well.
Hey, Kman, when is Europe due to start their CBDC? January?
I don't know. I need to
Okay.
I need to read up on that. I don't know.
It's coming down the line. Forex scale, you know. I mean they're way ahead of the US in doing this. So I was wondering. I heard someone say it could also be easier to have capital controls with a CBDC. You can't you know you could monitor money trying to leave the country and stop it.
Okay, it
So
says I've just typed it in. It says that we are waiting for a decision of the European central banks, maybe somewhere in October.
okay, that's a big deal.
Hmm.
All right. Anyway,
Hey, I know you got Norges coming in. I just want to answer Kurt's question. Blake, do you ever get long individual stocks for 100% move? You know, that's a question that my 17-year-old son asks me all the time. So if that tells you anything, that tells you how frothy this market is. So the answer to that question is in this environment, hell no. I mean, you know, in this environment at this point, you know, if you would have asked me in 22, that's the time that you need to be buying dips, but this is not the time to be doing that. So, you know, so the answer to your question is no, not right now. So anyway, but you know, all of our entitled kids and all the youngsters that have been in the markets for, you know, less than a few years, they expect 100% returns every month. So if you're in that mode, then that means we're probably pretty overbought at this point. I got to mention a couple of things before we go. So we have our 40% off monthly discount. And this summer's almost over, guys, like in a week. So our prices are going to go back up. So take advantage of locking in your prices now. And then plus for the trader funding program, we have 30% off any plan you want. That's a really great way to get involved in the Forex Analytics community. But we have a trader that has been waiting to do who we've been in contact with the last couple of days, was waiting for the to have $1 million trader funding program assessment because it's a significant discount when you take 30% off. So check out the trader funding program if you need to get funded as a trader. This is the week to do it because that sale goes until the 1st at 7:59 p.m. Eastern. So Dale, I know you have Nargis here, so have a
some
great
good
interview.
stuff. Some good stuff, making it very accessible to a lot of people. Um, Good job, Blake.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Kay. Good talking to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Did
likewise, Coach.
hey Kay, did you know that I miss you over the weekend?
Did you?
I do. I miss you over the
Oh
weekends.
dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is what I sensed over the weekend. I felt some yeah.
Huh? Dale felt some Dale vibes coming your way over there. All right. Anyway, I miss you too, Blake. You
Oh,
know what?
thanks, Coach. All right,
I,
I was feeling a little, lonely over here, but thank you.
I miss the team on the weekends. Anyway, great start of the week. We'll maneuver our way through. Really looking forward to getting through Labor Day and having the flow of funds back in September. So thanks, guys, and really consider joining today. Uh, let's make your fall one where you don't take one. Okay. Here we go. Nargis, been a
Hey,
while.
Dale.
Nice to see you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. How
Oh,
are you?
good, good. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing good as well.
Yeah. What do you think for the last week of extremely low volume? You're looking to head towards September too before really making bigger commitments in the market?
Yeah, definitely. I'm playing cautious because the price is still hovering around 62.41. It hasn't broken that. It tries to come towards that, but it hasn't broken that and did anything below that as yet. But it is not even able to go over 6,500. So we are, in a kind of 200-point range. So that needs to be resolved if it wants to do anything, either break 62.41 and come down, or uh, here, actually, it's already done. This is the half cycle, 62.41 for 7,569. So anything happening above this, it puts us in a little bit, doing a little bit more higher towards the cycle. The only thing is how much, because the way it has been going, this was April, and since then, no break, 4 months. This is a nice, this is not even a hammer. It's a kite with a very long tail, and then no break since then, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe, 6,500, 66.30 or so, and then we can see something. Another thing is, this is August is ending, and we'll be having quad witching next month. So at best, we can expect a little bit of volatility. Market is pricing in the interest rate cut, and I think Powell also hinted on Friday about it. So that's where, suddenly the market reversed 90 points, and we closed 64 something, but still not able to go above this line, basically 64.90, 6,500, and that's where it's hanging around. So what happens above this line can take us somewhere to, 6,500 to 6,700 range, as I've pointed here. um but it is still, I feel personally it's very tired, and it's just simple algo reactions. The moment it tries to come towards 62.41, it automatically, it's a, what do you call, the bouncer jump. And as such, I feel like there's a lot of discrepancy, in the sense like NQ already hit its cycle, 24,337
Right.
here.
Right.
24,337, it is done. And overall, when all this was happening, your MAG 7 was kind of lagging. They were not in sync with each other, neither with the NASDAQ itself. So it was mostly the ES and NQ doing their job, in their own worlds, happy world, and probably they were in the Mars, and rest of us in the on the Earth. So nothing much happened, and now again it is trying to, uh, again it comes back on 800, 22,800, 2,300, and it, boom, it bounces back, and nothing
Can
is happening.
in your memory, is this the first time we've made new highs in S&Ps without the Nasdaq? How long has it been since this has happened?
I think this has happened, at least in my memory, it has happened 2 or 3 times, if I recall.
And what did
Um,
it lead to? The Nasdaq playing catch up, or it was a market tell for a correction?
Generally, I would say market tell for a correction, but this is like, year end coming. So it is possible that we may not see a big move back, maybe not until the first quarter of next year or somewhere there, because, it is not just about stock market, it is about how Trump looks, in terms of all the front. So, and this is this stock market is his very passionate project. So, um, anything, um, any drastic move may not come suddenly, where he may doesn't look good in terms of giving back returns, or, the economy is not great or something like that. That's my personal opinion. And that's what I think, the interaction between algos and what he's been trying to do has been happening. all the time it was like, okay, no, we need interest cut, it's not happening, it's not happening. And the moment we felt maybe August, September, we could see some pullback so that the last quarter can be a little bit better, the Santa can come in gracefully. We again said, okay, September will see an interest rate cut, and 62.41, that zone again bounced back. So the whole point is, who needs to look good in the shorter term, at least. That's how I'm thinking. And I'm just following the numbers, what is happening above 62.41 and how much and what will happen. I don't see any weakness coming in until it loses 62.41. And that also for how long they wanted to let it go until, a certain time. At least the first year, hey, first year I came in, I did so much and this and that. The whole world is all of that. And see, look at the stock market, it's gone up, I've got the interest rate down. So I think the narrative will be that versus, what should happen, in my opinion.
Okay. I'm not sure I understand it. You want to try it again? Because I'm getting like some mixed messages.
Okay.
It's weakening, it's acting weak, but yet it's just, your last statement lost me.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, since this is the first year of presidency,
Oh, okay.
maybe they'll just, let it go and then do something probably first quarter of next year or so,
Yeah.
because up till now,
Who are they? Who are they?
oh, let me know when you find it.
Okay, well, who are they?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know who they are, but whoever has written the algorithms, basically, the algorithms react exactly at the precise points. So I'm hoping it has been written in a very precise manner to, um, do the changes. It is definitely neither fundamental analysis nor technical analysis. So at least my numbers do honor, or at least I still get the guidance from them. So I feel, yeah.
You getting
I
any
feel the
guide? You getting any guidance in the dollar?
dollar was 97, I think. Yeah, 97. It was there. Remember last time we talked, it may go till, 96, 97. It is still here. And now the whole point will be to go over 100 back again. So 96.37 was its low. Now it's in this whole last consolidation zone. So, I was thinking, but it went till almost halfway between these green and orange, and it is trying to stay around 97. Again, unless 97 breaks, it won't see 95 or 93. So this definitely needs to go 97 and stay below so that it has a chance to come towards 93. But right now it's just chopping. This was a big chop, January 2015 to 22. That's 7 years of chop. So definitely a strong demand, um, and it's just hovering around 97. Let's see if, yeah, yeah, so it is basically lower highs. See, high, lower high, and then back down. So next we have to see if the pattern is still yet to come down till, this was 89, 90, closer to that. And then from there goes and does a lower high. So just doing the pattern versus there. So basically, 104, 105, and 97. That's where it is chopping most of the time, and it needs to decide whether it wants below 97 or above 104.
So,
That's what.
okay. So, do you structure trade like you buy it here and you get out under 97?
Yes, that can be done. That I haven't traded DXY, or
Okay.
directly at least, but I just use them mostly for directions. I mostly trade ES, NQ, RTY. RTY, yes, RTY, I felt it was doing something good. Six
Oh, yeah,
months.
the Russell's been outperforming.
Yes, because it has been lagging a lot, and this blue line has been rejecting for a very long time. Here also in December 2020, 21, Nothing happened. It tried here last year, November, December, but smacked down again trying. This would be the, I don't know, third try, ideally, considering this is one zone. Second zone, this will be the third zone. So ideally, it needs to be above 2,500 to go towards this 28 and 3,000, and definitely above 2319, approximately there, and then at least stay there to capture 2,500. Then we can see some nice move here. Actually, this week we have a lot of cloud earnings, CrowdStrike, Okta, MongoDB, Snowflake. So probably this may do well because Nasdaq earnings is done, and anyways, um, Netflix and Meta is not doing anything. Only thing is Nvidia.
Okay,
People are waiting on that.
I saw you had a chart. So they have earnings Wednesday. What are the levels that are important to you?
Nvidia, yeah, Nvidia is this black line 153. That is where it had trouble before exiting, and now it has exited. It is above it, but it's having trouble around 184. So, and then there's a fight for 200. So I do ideally the cycle target is 2 to 5. So as long as it is trying over 184, we can see, it may try to touch or go as close to 200 as possible. But it is quite, overbought, and still there's a divergence. And let's say this 184 doesn't do much, or it goes above and goes close to 200 and then wants to come down. I would hope for it to come down to 153, at least touch that breakout and then see what happens. But from here, if it goes to close to 200 or somewhere around there, I would consider that the offset of the cycle is done, at least the lower offset. It has touched the magnetic field. It may not hit 2 to 5, but it has touched the magnetic field. And then the whole thing becomes what happens with this cycle. When does it want to reset for higher, or if it wants to puke from here like Palantir is doing, then how much can it go? So my first resting point is definitely 153, and this is still a very if I were betting, I wouldn't bet long on Nvidia, at least not from an investing purposes. But anything going above, like for Palantir, I would look for shorting opportunities. Like,
Okay.
yeah, see, this 197 was the cycle. It did 197 points less, so almost hit the cycle. And from there, it puked, and the monthly is 95 on the RSI. So I think I shorted at 188 and exited around 163 or so, though it went a little bit more below that. And now this high is 160. So as long as it's staying below that, it still has an opportunity to come down. And this is like LLY, ANF, SE, C Limited in a long ago, Tilray. All of these played this game, and the end result was not that great. I do hope that Palantir is a good company in terms of good product. So once it settles this curve, it still has a chance to, be a good stock in terms of stock price. But Nvidia also is behaving the same way, but it is far more controlled, I feel. They did manage it here, and since they managed it here, um, the upside may look not much, but it still can, do something good. Um,
Okay.
if I play, I
Someone's
will play.
asking,
Sure.
someone's asking in chat if your S&P completion target is still in the low 7,000s, possibly late this year, early next.
The cycle target is 7569. I don't think it is going 1,000 points till December, at least, not yet. I was hoping around 6241 for it to puke back, at least retest this area, come down to 5,800, 5,600, and get a clean move, and then go to 7567. Maybe by next year it can get it done. Yes, but again, if they're not giving any rest this year, then they do get tired, and then you get 5% correction, 10% correction. Problem is, the higher you go, the more you come down, because this guy, then the story becomes about this guy, because so many gaps are there. So if it only targets the gaps, that itself is look like a bloodbath, because the memory has become so short that the moment it goes 20 points below on X, you will see tweets like, "Feuds are red, it's puking. Oh my God, it went 96 points up. It's okay to give back 50 points or 30 points, gracefully." That's how things should be. But people panic even at 2 points, 20 points. So the mindset is where, I think most hurt comes in, because if you don't normalize this at the right time, then coming back down is a big journey as well. So that's what we need to keep in mind, that the journeys, both sides are big. That's how we say, okay, V type of corrections, but the V is also inverted when it's doing the other way as well.
Okay. Do you see any, what are your numbers for silver? Oh, go ahead to
Silvers.
crude if you want.
Oh, yeah, basically, oh no, sorry, it went to Colgate. So they're not giving any break above 69 for oil. Definitely not above 78. That's still far away, but definitely not above 69, and that's where it is going. And now winter is coming, which means I don't know, more gas usage or something. Um, but
Heating oil.
yeah, but heating oil, yes, the widow thing, NG, natty. So yeah, I haven't looked at that in a long time. So I think we are just traveling in this channel, and 59 to 63, it kinds of likes it, and it goes back up and it gets thrown back from here. So basically, we are just chopping. And one of the idea is also to keep the oil price down, dollar. They wanted, I think Trump wanted dollar high as well, or something like that. Interest rate down, economic good, inflation down. So I don't know how that all combination can work. Earlier, it used to be a good relationship, that if inflation is up, then this needs to be down. If this is up, then, so the whole math formula can work. But now it's all jumbled up, because we want to keep things up and down as per our wish versus how the economy should work actually. So, um, not sure how long they want to keep the oil down, but I think sooner or later this would want to go up and hit that 130.5 back again. That is one thing which is pending. So probably maybe in a couple of years, when things are not that great globally, so far everything is under the lid, all the wars, all the global tensions, everything. But when they surface back again, this will again try back up. So this does looks like it's very crooked, but still kind of a weird
Lag.
inverse head and shoulders. This, and this issue area definitely, um, 78, and then 81 or 84, 83, it couldn't go back up. So this zone
Okay.
has not been tested at all. I think hopefully next year or sometime then it may try to do that.
Okay. And why don't we wrap it with silver? Do you have any
Oh
upside
yeah, silver you
targets
asked.
this year?
So you do SI or SLV?
SI's fine.
Okay. Poor thing, 38. This is your 41, and your recent high was close to that, and this was 49. So right here is the thing, and 1, 2. This kind of looks like double bottomish.
Cup and handle.
Yeah, cup and handle. And then now, around 38, 41, it's trying to break out, but not getting a break. I think the whole structure is same till 1 year. Yes. So probably I will, yeah, it's 30, 31, and 37.58. I guess as long as it's able to stay above this 37.58, it'll have a chance to break out of 41. I think
Okay.
I had done a target for this 11, 11, from 11, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 37 is a problem. So it has to go above 30, above 43. Above 43 in order to reset the cycle to go much higher towards probably 60, 65.
Okay.
So, yes.
What's that critical about 43? Is that the
Uh,
red
so
line?
it is
Oh,
resetting the cycle. So 37, it's its
oh,
cycle target from a certain number from the low. So that's why it is hanging around that, and it's not able to decide, okay, when should I go or when should I make the next move. So once it does that, then your 43 becomes an important number. So for it to throw it off, okay, once it is crossed 43, then it is going to, in future anytime 60, 65, like that. So that's
okay.
how I think in terms of future targets. Like silver is a real product, real commodity, and a currency as well. So definitely you can safely say that that cycle may hit sometime. But stocks like, I don't know, some crazy stocks which come, they go become meme and all, they do cycle, all those cycle numbers, you can't even if it resets it to a higher price, it's not guaranteed that they will do that, because it's a meme stock and the product may not be as reliable in terms of the company. So that's still, you take it with a pinch of salt. Now Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, these are companies, Google, so you can at least safer to say that once they've resetted a cycle, good chance for them to do it in future likewise. So fundamentals come and play it there, based on what the actual product is. So
Okay,
it's
you have a
like
nice.
I'm 80 years old, for example, and my horoscope says that, hey, you're going to become rich at 120. There is no guarantee I will live through 120, right? So
Yeah.
so that cycle becomes very iffy, versus I'm 25 and I say, hey, you will become rich at 40, and that's still doable, agreeable, because that's how life cycle works.
Okay. So Nargis has a website that you could check her out at nmstockcycles.com. There you go.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and
my
you can,
Twitter handle.
that's your future handle?
Twitter. Oh, sorry, now we are X. That thing, I always,
What, you have a handle NM Stock Cycles or your
my handle and
Nargis?
my website. Yes. My
Oh,
YouTube channel is also there, where I post some technical analysis, especially for earnings, bigger earnings like, Nvidia, Tesla, and the market direction. So that's there as well. And of course, X is there, where I post most of my stuff, analysis still for people to see.
what do you teach as a mentor?
As a mentor, two things. Number one is discipline. Uh, Trading, you can say, okay, this level that will buy here, buy there, but then what do you do? When do you enter? Even if you enter, then when do you exit? That is the main thing about trading. Like, cap your loss at smaller and make sure to book your profits at certain things. And since I do options, I do advocate that take them out in ladders, take your profit in ladders, book some, roll out some, and then convert some. So that way you get the maximum. Like for example, UNH, we took it around 234, 240 at different pricing. And then when it hit 310 or so, I rolled out my calls. Now those calls are free. So I have now some room to play speculation, whether what it does above 300. So that way, in options, time is running against you. So what are the different things you can do in order to adjust your trade, so that you not only capture profit, you can still be in the trade.
Okay, Nargis. Well, wish you luck with this. Hope it grows like a mushroom and appreciate you being here, and I'll talk to you again in November.
Thank you so much, Dale. And guess what it is? You and I are meeting, so let's see if the market pukes in the next 2 to 3 days.
All right, I'm thinking 65.20. I'll take a shot at it.
Yes,
So,
definitely. Yeah, 64.60. Definitely, if it is not holding that, or at least 64.88, I was looking at. If it is trying to stay below it, then it will try to push 64.60 down towards early 600s, 6400, sorry. So let's see if it can do that. It hasn't come down till, hasn't touched the 55 EMA in a long time. Once it crossed around what, May? So
yeah.
maybe we may get that as well.
All right. Well, thank you, my trading warrior sister. Good hunting the rest of this thin week, and have a great fall trading season.
Thank you so much, Dale. Appreciate it. And good luck to you as well and the team. Always
Thank you.
pleasure talking with you guys.
All right. Thank you, Nargis.
Thank you.
Follow Nargis on X at Nargis with two R's.
Yes.
NARRGIS 007. That's when she's working covertly for the Trump administration.
Oh my God. I'm definitely not getting paid.
Yeah, you're not. All right. Anyway,
Okay.
you're a secret agent. You're probably working for both. So you're a double agent, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Nargis. Great having a
Th-
date with you.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye bye. So that's a
Bye.
wrap, everyone. You could join the team on the Morning Edge, and check out the bias chart, hear what the guys are saying in about 14 minutes. Otherwise, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And I will see everyone tomorrow for Turnaround Tuesday. Um, thank you, guys. Adios. You're welcome, Forex Gal. You're welcome, Laura. See you guys tomorrow.